Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Cy and Kaela Variety Hour. I'm Kaela.
I'm Cy.
And today we're going to do actually a traditional variety hour. We've got a lot planned. We've been recording a lot of Let's Plays with a lot of technical difficulties, so we thought
Too many.
Yeah, we thought we'd bring it back home and just give you guys some thoughts on some movies and games that we've been playing.
Maybe even throw in a little sketch.
Maybe.
A little bit of sketch comedy.
Maybe a little bit.
If you'll let us.
Maybe a little bit. So I guess we're starting out with a good old-fashioned let's all go to the lobby.
Yep. All right, you want me to take this away?
Take it away, baby.
All right, here we go. Here's the intro song that I came up with all by myself.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
No!
Great. That was brilliant.
Do you like that?
Did you get it all out of your system now? So that we don't have to deal with this.
I took a long time working on this soundboard right here, and it's kind of easier to just steal sound effects than actually try to do something creative and make our own music. So I might just roll with this for a little while.
For a little while. You can skate by on your good looks for a minute, except this is podcasting, where it doesn't matter.
You're right. Dang good looks. They're not getting us anywhere.
I'm not doing anything for you.
Man.
I know.
Ugh.
So this past, what was it, last week, we watched the movie Unbreakable for the first time.
Yeah, we did a little rewatch.
Yeah, classic M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Whoa. Yeah, it's probably over 20 years old now.
Is it really?
I think so.
Wow. You wouldn't know, the only thing I think that ages it, well, I would say it's Samuel L. Jackson, but he looks exactly the same.
He looks good. He really does.
Exactly
and
the same.
Yeah, your other lead, of course, is Bruce Willis, and he still looks very much like Bruce Willis. So, yeah, it's just dated maybe by a few.
We need to find out what happened to that kid. Maybe that'll make us feel a little.
Yeah, totally.
Find out how well that guy. If he's aged anything like other child stars, oof.
Yeah.
Oof.
Let me just say.
Yeah.
No,
not
that was the wrong sound effect.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Wow.
There we go.
I mean, the part worked well too.
Okay.
But going back to Unbreakable.
So this was your first time watching it, right?
Yeah, it was
so
my first time.
What did you think? Because I guess for a little bit of background, I had originally seen this when I was a teenager back in the day, and I remembered liking it, but it had been such a long time. So what were your thoughts on it?
So I really enjoyed it. Kind of a thing that kind of added a little less of an original viewing experience is that I did have some inkling to what was going on. The movie had been mentioned to me by our friend Jeff before. And he mentioned that Mr. Glass, spoiler alert for Unbreakable if you haven't seen it, is kind of the anti-hero of the story. Mm-hmm. And so, throughout most of it, you have no reason to suspect anything, is wrong.
Yeah.
That he's doing anything.
Do you want to give me a rundown of the story on this thing?
Oh, we didn't prepare that. I don't know.
Okay. So, just for those who don't know, this is essentially a take on a superhero origin. Basically what happens is Bruce Willis is just a tired and broken man, a father, and he is on his way back to Philadelphia from New York when his train derails, killing everybody on board except him, coming out unscathed and completely fine. So then the rest of the movie is basically just him, kind of discovering that he has these powers and everything, with the help of Samuel L. Jackson, who is a man who has a comic book store. He heard about the incident, and interestingly enough, he has...
oh man, I know what it is.
Osteogenesis
imperfecta. Type 1, I believe.
Yep, type 1.
Type 1, yeah.
So basically, yeah, his bones break very easily. So he is very interested in Bruce Willis. Shenanigans occur, and
he kind of encourages his superhero arc. Bruce Willis is reluctant to believe that he has any sort of powers or abilities, and Mr. Glass, or what's his real name?
I don't remember.
Yeah. So Mr. Glass kind of helps him to discover these abilities, believing that just like in comic books, there's always an opposite. There's a hero who has great abilities, and then there's somebody with the opposite effect, and he believes that he's the opposite of Bruce Willis.
Yeah. Now, what did you think of this overall?
I really liked it. I thought it was really good. There was some really heartbreaking moments, like his wife asked him, like, when did you think that this was not going to last, or we were not going to make it? And he said, when I woke up with a nightmare and I didn't wake you.
Oh,
like,
man.
That killed me.
It's heartbreaking. Yeah.
That killed me. I thought about that the other night when I woke up from my own nightmare. I was like, if I don't wake up Cyrus, does that mean our marriage is not sound?
Could this be our superhero origin?
Could I be Bruce Willis?
Yeah, I think this is still, it holds up so well. I think there's some interesting camera work choices that I think are a bit odd, a little bit dated. It loves to do that 90s thing where it does that like faux slow motion thing at times. Mm-hmm. Like we saw that in that ice skating movie.
Yeah.
So yeah, but other than that, yeah, it's really, really good. You could tell why people were praising M. Night Shyamalan as like the next Alfred Hitchcock back then. And you could tell why he had this like unbearable weight going into all of his movies. Like it's just good. It's well written.
I do have some criticism for it.
No.
Yeah.
What?
And this is just the case with any, like, tension, suspension scene with somebody where there's a bad guy in the house. So there's a scene in the movie where Bruce Willis is saving a family that's been held hostage.
Oh, and
he is the most bumbling fool walking around this house. He is taking his sweet old time where there's a murderous man, like a psycho, walking around in the house with him, and he's just like as carefree as can be, taking his sweet old time. He even goes out and stands on a balcony just like staring out into the rain, and that's where the guy obviously comes from behind and pushes him off the balcony.
You would have liked to see Bruce Willis, and I would have too, doing some like Black Widow kung fu, throwing his big old legs over the guy.
That would have been better.
Tossing him around.
He did like jump on his back, and that was his only move. But
this is a very like grounded, very kind of realistic portrayal, to the point where like the villain of the piece, when Bruce is taking him down, he just suffocates the guy. He just gets him in a headlock, and he just slowly dies for like a minute and a half.
But I would just like, if let's say like the realism, if I was in that situation, and maybe it's just me and my hyper paranoid personality, but I would not, like, even if I was going to rescue somebody, I would not keep my eyes off of the door
totally
for more than like 2 seconds, because I would want to know if the murderous bad guy was coming in to kill me, you know what I mean? Like, I would just keep my eyes open.
So besides saving the day differently, you enjoyed this movie.
I did
too. No, I definitely would recommend it highly. How many quacks would you give it out of 5?
I'd give it 4 quacks.
Same.
Nice.
I'd give it a 4.45 quacks. There we go.
There you go. Up next.
What else did we watch? So
you have Shark Side of the Moon.
We watched 15 minutes of the Tubi original Shark Side of the Moon.
You made it 15 minutes, honestly.
Well, we scrubbed to about the 15-minute mark, and that was about it. This show really likes to it shows its cards very early, because I think it knows that people are going to turn this off immediately. So I, of course, wanted to watch this because I think I had seen a trailer, and it seemed very much the kind of caliber you would expect from like the Sci-Fi Channel back in the early thousands.
Oh, I think it's beneath Sci-Fi.
Yes, it's
I think it's a
as a genre or a channel.
I think it's an Amazon Prime original 10 years ago. That's where I'd put it.
Or maybe even an Amazon Prime original now.
Yeah, maybe.
There's so much trash on that.
Is it an Amazon Prime original?
No, it's a Tubi original.
Oh, it is a Tubi. Okay.
We haven't used Tubi for hardly anything.
But we got it for that. Sorry if you can hear my mom's dog in the background. That's just going to be a lovely sound effect just throughout this.
Can't capture that on a soundboard. That's organic. Mm-hmm. So, Shark Side of the Moon. Let me catch you up. I would definitely recommend the first 10 minutes of this, which is going to a lab, a secret lab, I think in the middle of Arctic Russia. And in this lab is just a bunch of Olympic swimming pools.
Let me also clarify. The lab is I don't think has to do anything with like cosmonauts. But also, the Russian space program is right next door, where they just have a rocket
this is just
laying there.
The general science compound where
just science buildings A and B. That's all you need.
Any leg of science, we have it here. Like, you know, we have the Olympic swimming pools. So what do you fill them with? Well, first you top them off with lasers so that nothing can escape. And
it would be unfortunate if those lasers were very loose in their in their structure and able to be knocked about freely.
So you're probably thinking sharks, and yeah, you're right, it is sharks, but it's the head of a shark, perhaps even the body, dorsal fin, and tail of a shark, but it is very much a very big human body that holds the rest of this being. So
it is just Bruce Willis's body, you know?
Wow. Yeah, it's just The Rock, his lower half, the Dwayne Johnson, I mean, not, you know, and then the rest is a shark.
I think I was saying the Dwayne Johnson. So works.
So I think someone bumps a laser, the lasers become misaligned, and the sharks are like, oh yeah, I recognize this as a way of escape. So they just all start,
up a ladder.
They climb out of these pools, and they just start eating scientists. Like, they start running with their big old human legs, and they just eat scientists. And then these other science guys are like, well, I don't want to be here. So they decide
they're like, we have to stop this. If they get out, the world is ending.
They're not just going to freeze in the Arctic.
No. So they run aboard this aforementioned space shuttle, and hope to lead the sharks to the space shuttle.
Mind you, we begin with maybe 200 scientists, and
just
it is
biting it.
It's down to one guy at the very end.
Two guys. So like these two guys board the spaceship. One decides for some reason to be bait, even though it holds them off for like 0.5 seconds.
He does that.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Oh, and he lights a cigarette and like smokes the cigarette before the sharks eat him. And then they're sent off to the moon. I do think the first 15 minutes is effective for raising tons of questions.
Yeah, that subsequently no one really cares if they're answered or not.
Well, I just don't think they're going to be answered. Like, the question is, what were they, why was this a scientific, experimentation? Why did they keep them in these pools? Why was there not more of a protective barrier around the lasers? Why is the space thing right next to the lab thing? There's so many questions that pop up just from the first 15 minutes that I really doubt the writers spent any time answering in the rest of the film.
Oh, definitely not. But yeah, I would highly recommend the first 10 minutes of this.
Afterwards, our recommendation ends. Do not hold us against it if you waste your time.
The first 10 minutes get 5 quacks.
That's not
out
a quack.
Of 5.
That's not a quack.
Okay, I'm learning the board.
Okay.
How many quacks do you give it?
Well, you gotta find the quack.
Wow.
I'd say 3.
3 quacks? Okay. That's 3 quacks out of 5.
You didn't even try. Okay.
Right.
What else have we seen recently?
Let's see. So we decided to venture out to the movie theaters, and we saw a comedy murder mystery apropos of a Agatha Christie.
It was like a not a parody of Agatha Christie, but it was kind of mocking. Agatha Christie was a character in the movie as well. I'm a big Agatha Christie fan. It is one of my goals to read her entire body of work. I'm about 40 books in. Which sounds like a lot, but in comparison to what she's written, it's not much. So I have a deep love and respect for Agatha Christie, and this movie did not really hold a candle to what an Agatha Christie mystery is. You know what I mean? Yeah.
It didn't seem like it. So what's the name of this movie?
Oh, yeah. It's called See How They Run.
So do you remember much about the story of this?
Okay, let me see if I can pull it together.
Because I don't remember a thing, honestly.
So we start out looking at this director. So let me back up. There's an Agatha Christie play called Mousetrap. I believe it's based on an actual book. I'm actually on the waiting list to read it because I really want to know how much it compares to the movie. So there's a Broadway play. Well, it's not Broadway, it's London. But anyway, there's a play in London called Mousetrap. And it's going to be turned into a movie. And so you meet all the cast of the play that's going on now, as well as the later movie production, including was he supposed to be the director?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So he's kind of
the director within the movie, not the director of the movie.
Yeah, so you immediately meet him, and, he's not a good guy. He's a dirtbag. He's hitting on married women, etc. And pretty soon he is murdered. So a gruff inner city detective who's
he's your
2 drinks in and over life is called to investigate, and he's paired with a plucky constable played by Saoirse Ronan. Hope I said her name right. And she carries the whole movie, honestly.
Yeah, she really does. I think I even like the director dirtbag who is murdered.
Yeah, he's a good character.
Yeah, you love to hate him.
I think you can do the whole moody, brooding detective if you give him something else. If you give him emotions, or a scene where you feel compassion for him, or he's witty, or he's incredibly smart like your Sherlock Holmes. This guy brings nothing. He brings nothing to the table.
Yeah, totally.
So you just get these quips from the constable character. Those are pretty humorous, but they were kind of all in the trailer. So if you saw the trailer, you kind of saw the funny parts of the movie.
We give the trailer 0 quacks because it tells everything.
Well, that's true. Yeah, it does.
Good trailer, but it's going to tell you everything.
Yeah, the ending, I liked how chaotic it was. I liked the callback in the ending. I'm not going to spoil it, but I wouldn't say it's worth the movie ticket, but if you're bored and want to watch a movie on a Tuesday night, I'd say it's a good fix.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah,
this movie was I think it was enjoyable a little bit, but I don't think I'd watch it again. Humor was interesting because it is very much trying to, in a sense, deconstruct the classic Agatha Christie story. It's even very meta in its references. There's this thing where this guy is being interrogated, and he's being interrogated kind of like the play that was playing before. So he's just makes a remark where he's like, "Oh, is this one of those moments where suddenly we cut back to 3 weeks ago?" And then sure enough, it cuts back with the title card of 3 weeks ago.
It's trying to be meta. It's trying to be self-aware, I think.
Yeah.
And I think it does that and nothing else.
It does that, but not quite to the comedic effect that I think it, occasionally it got a good laugh. But yeah, it's just okay, I think.
It's just okay.
Yeah. I think I would give that if I know where the quack button is. I'm not trying to look for it. How many quacks would you give it?
I'm giving it 3 quacks.
Hey. And yeah, I think I'm going to give it 3.5 quacks.
No!
I think you keep doing the half quack to show what else you can do with the soundboard. Am I right?
This episode, really, if nothing else,
is brought to you by our soundboard.
Yeah. I didn't want to record today. I just wanted to play with my soundboard. And then Michaela busts in the room and she's like, "Movies! We gotta talk about movies!" And then she
I wanted to give this some sort of substance.
And then she did a big fart.
That actually sounds pretty accurate, yeah.
Okay, we got a TV show to talk about.
We do.
Yes.
So this TV show, I think actually the new season is called Who is the Mole? That's its full title.
Is it really?
I believe so. At least that's what's on the title screen of it.
Gotcha.
Whereas the old early 2000s version of the show was just called The Mole. Mm-hmm. It's essentially the same, but Netflix has picked it up, brushed it off a little bit, and done a reboot. It's a game show. Do you want to go through the synopsis of it? Like what happens?
Yeah, so essentially what you're looking at in this show is you're going to have 12 contestants who are competing in these games. Well, not competing. They're working together in these games because if they do these challenges correctly, then they get to add money to this giant pot. And there's going to be eliminations and everything, and the person at the end wins all the money. The issue is there is one of those 12 people who is the mole, and they are working hard to make sure that the other people don't get money. So they're trying to purposely flub at the games and everything. They're purposely trying to, you know, raise suspicion amongst other people. It's kind of fun. It's a really cool premise. They get to, in this season, basically travel all up and down Australia, which...
They go further. They're in a lot of different places.
Yeah.
They're everywhere.
Yeah, they start up in the north, and then they head all the way down to, I think they end in Sydney. And, man, for one thing, I did not know how beautiful Australia really is. Like, they were in some...
Weren't they in the world's oldest jungle? That wasn't in Australia, was it?
No, it was. The whole thing.
Was?
Yeah,
oh, okay.
yeah. So they were out in the jungle.
There were so many climates, I just assumed they went to different countries.
Yeah, no, it's really cool. Yeah, so the whole time you're just constantly trying to guess who this mole is. And the way people get eliminated is by taking a test, and they have to try and figure out who the mole is through a series of like 20 questions. And whoever gets the most questions right gets to stay, and whoever gets the most wrong, they will be leaving. So you'll often find people who are, their strategy is to pretend to be the mole so that they can throw suspicion on them, so more people get eliminated or off the trail. People are forming alliances, much like in, you know, your Survivor and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff.
It's a really, I think, interesting game show because...
Very bingeable.
There's so many levels to it. There's layers of, like, the strategy that the game players are playing, but then there's also just your like these people who have really intelligent sounding jobs who seem like they should be very intelligent people making the world's dumbest mistakes, and you think, oh my god, that person, they've got to be the mole, they just cost the game such and such amount of money, wow, they have to be the mole, and then you find out that they're not. Or they make it to the very end of the game, and it seems like just sheer blind luck that they've made it that far. I don't know how they make it that far.
And just for reference, the person who won this season went home with like $101,000, so pretty good amount. Yeah, it's pretty good.
I highly recommend it. It's very enjoyable. It leaves you at the edge of your seat. They know how to edit really well.
Yeah.
So when you reach the end of an episode, you're like, well, I gotta go to the next episode. Like, I gotta
Here's
see
the
what
thing,
happens.
since it's Netflix, if not enough people watch this, it will be canceled before they do a season 2.
Yeah,
like,
which is sad because it's a really good show. We watched the original, and I actually think that this pretty much met the same level as like the first season we watched.
I think so, yeah.
I'm sure the mole might have done more seasons than what we watched. There was like a celebrity mole, and we watched the first few episodes, but it just, the stakes weren't as, I feel that way about a lot of celebrity game shows. Like the stakes aren't the same, so the way people interact isn't the same, and the emotion you feel with it and how you read people isn't the same. And so I just didn't feel it.
So also, we would definitely recommend the very, very first season of The Mole, which is from I think of the year 2000. And the thing is, what's fun about that is it is also hosted by a much younger Anderson Cooper.
Yeah, and he's actually, like, I haven't thought much about Anderson Cooper, but he's very likable. The way he interacts with people, they like have like almost like a family dinner every night. Yeah, and they talk about the day. It's actually really nice. I like it.
Yeah, it's a surprisingly like very wholesome show. That early one, it's great.
Yeah.
One thing I will say too is if you decide to watch that, just keep an eye on how many sandwiches Anderson Cooper consumes.
So many sandwiches.
It's a weird amount of sandwiches.
There's so many.
Yeah, I think that's basically everything we've been watching recently.
Yeah. Should we move into our take a break and go to our ad?
Yeah, we got ads, people.
All right. Now a word from our sponsor, Pooch Snorkel.
That's right. All right, Pooch Snorkel. So, how many times has this happened to you? A wholesome cuddle session with your family and beloved pet filled with love and hugs is cut short, ultimately leading to the demise of your little furry friend due to the unforeseen event known as suffocation. We've all been there. It's happened all too often. A great time ruined by low lung capacity and even lower bone density and or general will to live by your small pet. Well, not anymore. The life-saving folks over at Good Boy are at it again with the new and improved Pooch Snorkel. The easiest and most convenient way to prolong the life of your best furry friend. The new and improved Pooch Snorkel is so easy to use. Simply insert the comfortable rubber tip breathing end of the snorkel into your dog's snoot. Place the head strap around your best pal's neck and ears. Place the support strap around the back legs of their whittle rump. And presto, you and your pooch can breathe easy, knowing you can continually cuddle for hours on end with little to no disruption. The Pooch Snorkel now comes in 5 new sizes: extra small, too small, smallish, medium, and small-large. And reviews are through the woof. Through the woof. Relate personal experience about so we got sent all 5 of these new sizes. We only needed the extra small, I think. Actually, that one ended up being too big, so we used the too small, and I mean, I think we like it, right?
Honestly, the Pooch Snorkel, you don't know about this, but it is really, I mean, it's almost prolonged our dog's life for months longer than normal.
I would think so. Yeah.
I think we've gone through how many dogs the past few years?
Oh, yeah.
Like countless amounts of dogs. And finally, At least three. And finally, I feel like this one's here to stay thanks to the Pooch Snorkel. I mean, it's a absolute lifesaver. You've got to get the Pooch Snorkel. Tell them how to do it, babe.
Yeah, to order yours, please go to https://colon goodboy.com/the-dog-snorkel-product and enter code Cy&KaelaVarietyHour at checkout to get your 14% off your first order. Again, that is Cy&KaelaVarietyHour. That's CYANDKAVHOUR at checkout. Thank you again to the good folks at Good Boy, and thank you to the Pooch Snorkel.
I think our dog would like to say a little thank you as well. Come on, Milo. I was actually just going to let him sniff the mic, but that's good too.
The audio will get that for you, bud.
All right.
Yeah, let's go back to the show, huh?
So next, something else that we've been enjoying recently has been, and this is definitely a guilty pleasure. Please don't tell my mom. We've been enjoying watching.
And if you're her mom, please don't listen to this next part.
Really, to any of this, get off of here. I love you. Bye. We've been watching the Bachelor and Bachelorette franchise, and this is just meant to reflect what I think really might go on behind the scenes of a Bachelorette shoot. So yeah, hope you enjoy.
Without further ado, this. Okay. me. This isn't the sketch yet. Hold on. All right. Bachelor Confessionals, day 61. Let's go 1A and marker and action. Okay, so go ahead and tell us where you're at with Thomas and your expectations going into today.
So I'm feeling really good about thinking about my day with Thomas. He is so sweet, and I feel so safe and secure in our relationship. I'm looking forward to today because I really see a future with him. He's so special to me, and he treats me great, and I can't wait to see how we plan our journey together.
Okay, let's cut cameras. I think we got it. All right, thanks. Okay, Bachelor Confessionals day 61, 2B. Let's see, marker and action. Okay, so can you tell us about what happened today?
Yeah. So me and Thomas, we decided it would be the best thing if we just parted ways.
How did that go?
Well, he told me that he thought that this was all just for fun and for his social media career, and he didn't really think we had much of a connection. He said that he'd rather introduce a dead dog to his parents than introduce me to them. And that really hurt my feelings. I didn't really think that he was that kind of guy, but I had a bad feeling about today. I knew we were never gonna work. He's not what I want in a husband. So after he expressed his feelings, I told him that I think he should go home, and I walked him out. I'm really not sure why he couldn't love me. I feel so broken.
Okay, thanks. I think we got it. I'm sorry, what did you say?
I don't think we have the recording from earlier.
You're saying, oh my, we lost the footage?
Yeah.
Are you kidding? Okay, you want me to tell her?
Yeah, could you do it?
Oh, I don't want to tell her. Okay, all right. Hey, sweetie. Actually, before you leave, I'm sorry. We lost the footage from earlier. Can you just do it again?
I'm sorry, you just didn't get what I just said right now?
Oh, no, we got that. We lost the footage from this morning, as in before the date.
What?
Yeah, data got corrupted or whatever. It's a long story. No big deal. We just need you to repeat exactly what you said this morning. Can we get some makeup on her real quick? Just so you look fresh again. Then we'll cut it. We'll get it in post. We'll move it all around.
Yeah, I'll try. Do you have I don't really remember what I said. Do you have like a printout?
No, not really. Oh, you know what? Yeah, we got something right here. Just read what we got here. Okay. You're looking great. Okay. So yeah, just say what you said this morning. Okay. So we'll just take it from the top. Marker. Action. So how are you feeling about your date today with Thomas?
I'm feeling really good thinking about my day with Thomas. He's so sweet, and
okay,
I feel...
cut.
Okay.
Hey, I'm so sorry. Could you just run that back again? There's like a little waver in your voice.
Yeah.
Like, your sadness is really coming through.
Well, I'm sad.
Yeah.
I'm really. I'm sad.
So could you just? Yeah. Just turn it down a bit. Let's go again from the top. All right. You feeling good? You look good. All right. Here we go. And let's do another take. Let's see. And marker.
Hang on.
That is disgusting. And okay, redo the marker. Marker and action.
Okay. I'm feeling really good.
Boogers. Hey, you did not wipe that nearly enough. It is way across your face. Okay.
Oh, yeah. No, I get it.
That is.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks. Sorry.
No, you're just smudging it. Okay, you intern over here.
No,
wipe her face.
I can blow it myself.
Put your hand down. Wipe her face.
I can
just
get
blow.
It. I can
just
get
blow. It. Okay, yeah. See, isn't that easier? All right.
Yeah.
Okay, let's take it from the top. Hold on, booger check.
Is it good? Is it good?
It'll work. And okay, marker and action.
I'm feeling really good today thinking about my date with Thomas. He's so sweet, and I feel so safe and secure in our relationship. Oh, I'm looking forward to today because I really see a future with him. He is so special to me, and I can't wait to plan our journey together.
Yeah, good enough. The end.
The end. Alright. That was a take.
You got a good script, babe. I like it.
Alright. Hope you guys enjoyed that.
All right.
I did crack up several times. I don't know if you can hear me laughing during that, but...
Nah, you're good.
Alright.
Okay, so we've also been playing some video games.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, we have.
Oh, we got games to talk about.
We got games. I got nothing going on in my life, so...
Let's talk about games then. So this next segment is called Let's All Game in the Lobby.
I did not agree to that name.
Let's all go
Game
to
in the...
lobby. Let's all
Game
go
in
to
the...
lobby. Let's all
Game
go
in
to
the...
lobby to get ourselves a treat.
All right.
Beautiful.
Again, you're okay with that? We can keep that?
Do I have a say in these things
Of
anymore?
course!
I don't know.
You are my co-host and wife. I will always give you a say.
Well, you say that, and yet you spelled my name wrong in your first pass of our logo.
I'm editing this out. This isn't making it.
Don't you dare. I want to put you down on a public forum. Let me humiliate you on a public forum, or so help me you.
Our 12 viewers are going to love the drama. They're going to eat it
Wow,
up.
you're aiming high. 12? 12. I don't think I know 12 people who know how to work a podcast, but...
Yeah, maybe not. I'm aiming big.
Yeah,
it's
you're
12 or
aiming big.
nothing. I
Okay.
feel it. I think we'll get at least 12 because key word here. Let's talk about Wandering Village.
Oh, I love Wandering Village.
It's so good.
I love
it's a good
that I
game.
get an opportunity to plug Wandering Village. Anytime I'm watching like a streamer on Twitch and they're like, "Oh, what game should I play?" I'm like in the chat, all caps, "Wandering Village. You should play Wandering Village.
You should play Wandering Village.
Wandering Village."
And they're always coming back at us with this whole...
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah. So I love Wandering Village. I agree it might not be the best thing to stream because it is like a strategy game. To give you a sum up of what it is, you are there is a desolate society that poison mushrooms have taken over the land, and this small group of villagers has decided to make their village atop a giant dinosaur called Anbu. And so you are wandering, you're walking through a map, and there's different obstacles that come your way, and you're trying to build and advance your society and honestly just survive through the different climate changes and different challenges that come your way.
Yeah, and just to be clear, you are building this city atop the back of the dinosaur as he travels all over the place.
Yeah.
So it's like a one-part city builder. It's also has roguelike elements, so like this world is going to be randomly generated and all that.
It's different every time you play. So you'll get, there's different difficulty settings. I play on the veteran mode.
Ooh, wow.
But like some
What a real gamer, am I right?
I'm gonna do what's called a pro gamer move.
Yeah. So see, that just made me lose my whole train of thought.
I'm gonna do what's called a pro gamer.
But what I was saying is sometimes I make it clear sailing through like plus day 100, which is like kind of like the stage of the game where you've kind of passed all of the things that could possibly kill you.
Yeah.
And some days I crap out around day 10. So it just kind of depends on what happens.
Yeah, the back of the dinosaur Anbu that you are staying on is also going to be randomly generated each time because it's going to be some kind of variation of some dirt, some grass, some trees here and there, rocks and all that. So you're gathering resources amongst the back to build your little society and everything. And then, yeah, you've got this whole part where you're like farming. Make a little farm for your people to eat food, but if Anbu starts passing through a desert, for instance, your crops are not going to grow that well. So then you can switch over to maybe growing cactus instead, harvesting that for its water and everything. It's really cool.
It's really cool.
It's really
the developers, they're like a Dutch company, right?
I think so.
Yeah. They did a great job. I got to play like the the early access, and honestly, just that alone was fun.
Yeah.
But now that they've done the pre-release, like...
Well, it's in, early access right now?
It was in beta before. I got the beta.
Oh, gotcha.
I think.
Okay.
Yeah, so, but what they've done has been really, really fun. It's a game that once you get the hang of it, I like to, like, listen to a podcast and play a game.
Oh, yeah.
So that's kind of been my go-to combo right now, is listening to a podcast and then playing Wandering Village. I can't recommend it enough. I give it 5 out of 5 quacks.
Yeah, and I think I would double that quack. I think it's even, like, it can be very difficult. You can put it on a lower setting and just have a nice relaxing city builder. Tons of fun. Tons of fun.
It speaks to me on so many levels. It's
definitely pick this one up if that sounds like something you'd enjoy. Over for you, babe. You've been playing, well, you are a absolute veteran speed running goddess at Stardew Valley.
I do
That is
speedrun
not
Stardew
what you've been
Valley.
playing, though. You have been playing what?
I've been playing what I would consider a ripoff of Stardew Valley. I've been playing Coral Islands.
You've been playing that on Game Pass?
Yeah, on Xbox Game Pass. There's been a lot of releases of, like, Stardew-esque games. There's also been Dreamlight Valley, which I tried for a minute. I do like Coral Island better than Dreamlight Valley. They're kind of 3D Stardew Valleys. And I say a ripoff, and I don't mean just like in concept, because in concept, Stardew Valley itself was a ripoff of
Harvest Moon. Yeah.
Like the developer said, like that was his inspiration for Stardew Valley. But like it goes way deeper. You have similar plot threads. You have the same like speed in which you unlock things. So like day 3 in Stardew Valley, you get your fishing rod. Day 3 in Coral Valley, you get your fishing rod. Day 5 in Stardew Valley, you get the mines. Day 5 in Coral Island, you get your mines. Like it is to the T kind of the same thing as Stardew Valley.
That's a bit suspicious.
It's a little bit suspicious, and I think it's in their game preview stage, and it is really, really unfinished. I've never played a game this like early in development before, because there's several like gameplay aspects that are off limits. There's things that just plain don't work. Like I spent a lot of time like getting up all the stuff to build a silo. But you can't put hay in it or harvest your grass for hay. So right now my silo is just absolutely useless. There's gray models everywhere. Like you go into the mines and a lot of it is just unfinished gray models. So like I'm not gonna lie, I have been enjoying playing it. I've been trying to like...
For a game that you tend to bag on, I see you playing this like constantly.
Well, the thing is, I have such an affinity for Stardew Valley and for farming games in general that anything that kind of reminds me of my first time playing Stardew Valley, I'm enjoying it. I'm having fun.
Even if it's very below the quality you're used to, you are putting already 50 hours into this.
I have not put that much into it. I only play like a little bit every day to try to like make progress without wanting to bash my head in. There is some cool features, like they have a diving feature where you go in and you like you're removing trash and oil from like the sea that had an oil spill. I think that part's cool. There's some new features. There's a lot more NPCs, like a lot more. There's like 40 NPCs. I mean, I think it has real promise when it's finished to be a great game, if not a little bit of a ripoff of Stardew Valley, but I think it's still enjoyable. I feel bad for Concerned Ape that I'm playing it because I feel disloyal to Stardew Valley that way.
Goodness.
But, you know, I like I said, I enjoy it. I think it's going to be a great game when it's finished.
I'm glad that you can at least say that on this platform where
nobody
not too
cares.
many people will listen. But
Exactly.
yeah, man, if had this been bigger, the ape would be after you.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Eric's nice.
He would ban you from his new game.
No.
Yeah.
No.
You'd be done.
No.
You'd have to hide. You'd have to burn.
I hope not.
You have to burn your fingers.
I would feel really bad if
Move to
Concerned
Canada.
Ape didn't like me. That would make me feel really bad, honestly.
I don't imagine how anyone could not like you, babe. You're amazing.
Aw. Thanks.
Yeah. Smooch.
All right.
What have I been playing?
let me give a quack review on this.
Yeah, give me the quacks.
I'm gonna give it 2 for how it is right now, 4 for its potential. None of that was correct.
Oh, sorry. That fart was for me doing a bad job.
Okay, so...
And that was another fart for emphasis.
I think you really should talk about your current obsession, which is multiverses.
Yeah, I have really been enjoying multiverses. I find that boy howdy, am I a sucker for a platform fighter that is similar to Smash Brothers. I think Smash Brothers is my Stardew Valley for you, I would say.
Yeah, it's kind of similar. We're both playing kind of rip-offs of the original game that we fell in love with. Yeah,
we're totally fakes, aren't we?
We're totally just cop-outs.
Man, we suck. We're the worst. Oh, boy. No, but actually, yeah, I have really been enjoying multiverses. I think you kind of have another really fun thing like Smash Brothers, where you've just got a bunch of Warner Brothers properties that are all having at it. Of course, it plays a lot different than Smash Brothers. It is really fast-paced, and with it being a live service and free to play, you know, the quality doesn't seem, in my mind, as high as Smash Brothers. Smash Brothers is just an absolute love letter and everything, so it's hard to compete with that. But yeah, it's fun. It's free to play, so you just log on and just, you know, play a few matches. It's very 2v2 focused, so, you know, you can also do this one-on-one, but you can just have it as, you know, casual and party-like as you want. And yeah, I've actually been having a good time with it. I think there's a lot of fun to be had.
Like, I know there's a lot of different characters, and I don't really know what's on Multiverses right now, but who's your go-to player? Sorry, you're gonna hear licking noises. My mom's dog is currently in my lap, so he's just a licking monster.
Yeah. So I've been playing as Jake the dog from Adventure. Did you ever watch Adventure Time?
Oh God, Charlie. Oh, sorry, he just farted in my face. Okay, down. No.
You are not invited here anymore.
No.
Not only are we fake gamers, but our faces are being farted in constantly by this dog.
I love this experience. I love podcasting.
You can't get this anywhere else, folks. I promise.
Yeah, no, I've watched a little bit of Adventure Time. Mostly I know it through, like, social media, but I do know.
Yeah, so, like, I've been playing as Jake the dog. It's fun being an Adventure Time person and fighting against the Batmans and your Iron Giant, for instance. They recently put in Gremlins as well, so, you know, it's a fun cast and everything. They've got a unified art style that's pretty good.
Yeah,
I think I like it.
I think one of the cool things about it is the fact, like, with Smash Brothers, you're playing as Mario, you're playing as Ike,
Nobody likes those guys. Come on.
Okay, I don't know who's popular, but, like, you're playing...
That's a joke. Everyone loves Mario.
Okay. I'm sorry, I don't know what the Smash Brothers culture is.
You call yourself a gamer, you don't even know if Mario's popular? Babe?
I know that Chris Pratt's Little Mario butt is very popular.
So you want the ape... You want
Mario Bros. Movie poster.
You want the ape and Nintendo after us.
I want it all.
Oh, man, This is dramatic.
This is how we get popular, is we cause controversy. And if we're going to cause controversy, it's going to be about video games. But anyway, I think that's the cool part about multiverses, and kind of the appealing bit, is that you're playing, like, Mario and Ike are video game characters. You can play them in other video games. You can't play as Iron Giant and as...
Oh, yeah.
What's the Scooby-Doo guy?
Shaggy?
Shaggy. Like, you can't play unless there's, like, a really bad... I'm sure there's a really bad Scooby-Doo video game, but... There's
probably hundreds, yeah.
But I'm saying, like, this is a new context for a lot of those characters.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Oh, yeah, I also really like playing as Velma from Scooby-Doo. Very fun to play as. Yeah.
Is that the smart one or the...
Yeah, the smart one.
Okay.
Yeah, and it is kind of cool what you're saying. That new context, the moves that they give a lot of these people are really fun to play as. Yeah, a lot of this combat, too, is very 2v2 focused, so that mindset going into the move set is interesting. Yeah. I've had a good time with it.
And you've been very loud while playing it, which we'll go right into our next... Oh, wait, do you want to give it quacks?
Yes, I would love to give it quacks. I'm going to give it, in its current state, I think I'm going to give it 4 quacks.
Nice.
Yeah, it's good. If you like free stuff, go play it.
You haven't been playing Multiverses very much this week. You have been prepping for a Smash Brothers tournament event.
Yes.
And the reason I talk about you talking so loud is today you were prepping downstairs in the office. I'm upstairs playing video games. And you are having full-on conversations with yourself, loud ones, about how much you suck at this game, which I'm sure is not true, but that's just what you're saying to yourself while you're playing very loudly.
So you can hear me just like really being mean to myself.
Really being mean to yourself, and in like really specific ways. You're like, oh, why did I do that move? He totally knew I was gonna make that move, and oh man, when I should have dodged. And like, you're being very critical in almost a constructive way.
You think I'm playing Smash Brothers? I've actually just been looking at myself in the mirror and just
why did I do that?
Yeah.
What did I do?
No, yeah, we're doing just a very small tournament among friends. So I've been playing Multiverses for a while, and I haven't picked up Smash Brothers in a long time, probably like 6 or more months. And yeah, so I'm trying to get ready for this tournament. I mean, one part of it largely is me going outside our front door into our street with my shirt off.
Rocky
and just
style.
Yeah, and just looking in the general direction of Japan and just being like, Sakurai, this is for you. And I just do that mostly.
Yeah, it's working. You're getting better.
I don't think it is working. I think I'm getting worse.
I don't know. I don't play Smash Brothers very often.
That every player does that. You should do that if
that would make me better, probably.
Yeah, try yelling more often.
I'll work that in.
No,
and then you let me know how that goes.
Yeah, so
you like me yelling more.
I'm gonna go into this tournament. I think I'm gonna whoop Tush with I'm gonna play Joker. I'm gonna whoop Tush, and
I think it's a cop out that he's just picked one character and he's just gonna play as Joker.
What do you think I should just like play? I should play as a random character every time.
Right? Set yourself apart.
That's true skill.
Go rogue. Yeah, that's true skill.
Very much.
When you get hit with the I'm trying to think about a really lame character. The Diddy Kongs?
Sure. No, yeah, Diddy Kong's in it, yeah.
Yeah, I know, but
what's his move? What move does he hit me with?
Spinny.
Yeah, he does a spit. Yeah, you know stuff.
I know stuff. But I'm saying
he calls it the Diddy Spitty.
I was trying to think about like what is the lamest character in Smash Brothers, and that's what I was having trouble coming up with.
Yeah.
Is it Luigi? Would you say?
No, people like Luigi. I would say
because he does the little rocket thing.
He does the rocket.
That's pretty useful.
That's pretty rad. Mm-hmm. I think a lot of people don't like Min Min. I don't know if you know who that is.
I don't know who Min Min
is. Yeah, it's a lady with very stretchy arms. From the game Arms.
Oh, okay.
I think you've seen it at least once.
I don't know, but that made me think about the Wii. The Wii.
The Wii Fit trainer.
Yeah, is that a good one?
Yeah, I think people like her.
I don't like.
There's a lot.
I don't like any. So like, I think Ness and Lucas are like this, where you have like powers you have to like charge up and then aim. I'm really bad at that. I suck at like when you have to like charge something up and aim. Because I like to be very reactive. I like to be out there just being able to dodge and weave, and because that's all I got.
You like to play Sheik.
I like to play Sheik. Yeah. I like being able to disappear and like reappear above them. I love that move.
Even if it means you falling to your death.
Yes.
At least you didn't go out on their terms.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe I should join the tournament. I don't think Leighton will let me, but.
I'm sure.
But I'll get it knocked out in the first round. That's fine.
You're just gonna go as cannon fodder.
Yeah.
Right on.
Fill a seat.
Totally. So we'll come back, check in, see how I did.
Speaking of things that you suck at.
Yeah. Speaking of that.
We mentioned at the top of the podcast that we did a lot of Let's Plays, of the Cy&KaelaVarietyHour. We call those what do we call
Team Players.
Team Players. That's our segment.
Yeah, look for that. We'll be uploading that
sometime.
I don't know when these release. Maybe it'll be before or after this, but check it out. It'll be fun.
So we tried with technical difficulties. We played the game Grounded, which is a survival game where you play as a teenager that's been miniaturized, and you're in a backyard and you're trying to survive in a wilderness that's just a backyard. We also played a game, The Long Dark, where you are trying to survive in the Alaskan outback.
I think it's Canada.
Okay.
Two different wildernesses, babe.
They are.
Are you about to
the
say?
Same.
Oh my gosh, that is so ignorant. The snow is different on one of the sides, babe.
No.
Don't ask me which one, but I know one of them's different.
Well, either way,
Alaska's America, babe. America. It's American Canada.
So the snow is like filled with microplastics and oil spills.
I would say it's filled with
oil spills. Oil spills.
No one's gonna get that reference.
I know.
If you do, tell us in the comments.
Please.
We'll send you love.
I'll send you a little Lego figure that's sitting on my husband's desk that he won't know.
Don't send my Lego figure. That's mine. I'll send you, I don't know, my wife's phone?
That's a bit much.
Yeah, you don't like it, do you?
I don't.
Your phone is equivalent to my minifigure.
Okay.
Those are equal in value. Okay? How does it
that
feel?
Lego set was not cheap, so
no,
almost.
It's pretty cool, though. I really like it. Thank you for getting that for me.
You're welcome.
My wife loves me.
But anyway, usually with team players, what we do is we swap out playing, or we do a multiplayer, you know. So we played Tinykins, and we kind of swapped out who was playing. With these two, Grounded and Long Dark, that was just Cyrus in the driver's seat.
Yeah.
And do you want to kind of fill them in on how it went?
So it became an ego thing where I was like, I'm good at survival. I can do this. Even in real life, I survive every day. I'm, made it this far. So I end up choosing very hard difficulties. And that usually ends in my demise. So in the case of Grounded, where you are a shrunken down teenager trying to survive in a backyard, I was eaten by all the bugs very quickly. And in the Long Dark, I just died from hypothermia, like real quick. Like,
and I was sitting there giving him instructions. Like, okay, you should probably start a fire. You should probably get out of the wind.
I was trying to start a fire. It just wasn't working.
Yeah, no, it was just, you just would get really distracted really easily. You'd be like, oh, what's that down there? Oh, a stick? Oh, okay. Oh, what's that down here? And he would step on the fire and get 3rd-degree burns every time. And we were like, yeah, I mean, even if we had good audio and video footage from those takes,
which we don't,
it
would still be unusable.
It would still be
because I just
it's
suck.
Not good. So we think we're striking off survival games as something that we'll play on team players.
Unless I could play like a little Subnautica, which
I think I'm good at Subnautica.
I think I'm good at that. But knowing my luck with this thing,
and I do enjoy commentating on Subnautica.
Yeah. So well, maybe we'll do that. So yeah, that's what we've been playing.
That's what we're up to.
People, if you've made it this far, thank you for listening.
Yeah, thank you.
Hope you liked this. I'm sure we're gonna keep on doing this.
Yeah, because otherwise, the soundboard,
it's gonna get no use.
It's gonna get no use. So we have to keep going for the soundboard.
We still have a few things we have to say just to hit the quota. There we go.
Nice try.
And that's it.
Yeah, we've hit them all.
All right.
Beautiful. All right. This has been the Cy&Kaela Variety Hour. Thank you for being here, and have a good night / morning / evening / whenever. Bye.
I think that's a real good sign off. We definitely should stay with that. Or we could also do this.